Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I have 39 shades. I am however missing 16 of them so far that I can count. They came out with some of the new nude shades which I don't have, and the minis came in one big NYX mini kit which I got for Christmas from my siblings last year. Thank you so much, siblings. And I was going to buy the other 16, but honestly a lot of the colours were just not like colours that I gravitated towards too, and they didn't have them in the New Zealand NYX stockists, so I was kind of like, I could order them online but I don't really like them, and a lot of them look the same, especially the new nude shades. So I kind of was like, I could review the new nude shades as like an entire collection if you guys would like me to, so that would be like a separate video, but NYX just keeps adding more shades to the collection and it's kind of hard to keep up with, so I don't feel like I'll ever have the full collection of them, and there are a lot of colours that I do not like, so I don't want to hold on to them, like the green, the blue, like the really dark purples and things like that. So yeah, so I do have some of these in mini size, and then I do have some in full sizes. So the full sizes are obviously purchased separately, and then all of the minis came in the one kit. So the product description says, now available in 12 more statement making shades, our velvety smooth soft matte lip cream delivers a burst of creamy colour and sets to a stunning matte finish. Surprisingly durable, lightweight and delightfully creamy, it's no wonder the sweetly scented formula is a fan favourite. So the packaging of these lipsticks is really simple. They have the colour on the outside so you can tell immediately which one you're picking up, but when you have all of the shades they all start to look a little bit the same. I have the minis as well as some of the full sizes, and they all have the same doe foot applicator. The minis just really don't pick up very much, which is kind of annoying. I don't seem to have that problem with the full size. I feel like the minis just aren't really that full. I don't think there's that much product in them, because whenever I pull them out there's no product on the tip, which is like so annoying. These are supposed to have 4.7 mils or 0.15 fluid ounces in them. So because I have 39 shades, I'm going to show you the application of the first one, and then I'm just going to talk about the colours for all of the other ones, because otherwise we'll literally be here forever. So I'm going to start out with the shade Cairo, which is the very, very lightest that I own. Okay, so this is what Cairo looks like on my lips. It is a solid no from me. It's like the same colour as my skin tone almost, and it is so streaky. My lips are a little bit shiny because I still have a little bit of leftover balm on them, but usually these are a nice like semi-matte finish that's not drying. This one almost looks peachy on the arm swatch, but for me it's just too much like my skin tone. This shade is London, which is a really nice nude brown. I think that this colour looks quite nice, and the formula is a lot less streaky than Cairo. This is Athens, which is a peachy nude. This one has an extremely streaky formula as well. I think that the colour is quite pretty, but I think that the formula just looks really bad on my lips. Stockholm is a little bit of a darker peachy nude. This one sort of leans between peach and brown nude. It's not as streaky as Athens is, and it is slightly darker. Zurich is a more rosy nude. So this one I could have put into the warm pinks, but it looks more like a nude on the arm swatch, which is why I put it in with the nudes. But I think that it is a really, really pretty colour, and I'm sorry for the lighting. It's super, super windy outside, so the clouds keep getting pushed in front of the sun, so not much I can do about that. Cairns is a dustier nude rose. This one is slightly darker than Zurich, and I'm not sure if I'm saying Cairns properly, so I'm sorry. This one I don't think I like quite as much as I like Zurich. I like that slightly lighter rosy colour, but it is a very, very similar tone. Rome is a really pretty warm toned brown nude. I think that this one is definitely more brown than it is nude. This is a really pretty colour, but the formula is a little bit sheer, so I did have to build it up quite a lot to get this colour, and that did mean that it started to get a little bit of a bad application because I had to keep going over and over and over it. Budapest is another warm toned brown. This is a little bit darker than Rome, but a really, really similar tone. It is not my favourite. I'm not really that big on the brownie sort of nudes, but you'll notice that I did all of the warm toned like browns and nudes together, and then I'm going to do like the cooler tones next. So we're going to jump back to some of the lighter shades. Abu Dhabi is a really pretty warmer toned nude. I think I might have got this one in London in the wrong pile because London was definitely cool tone and this is definitely warm. This is a really pretty nude. It's not my favorite color, but I do think that it looks quite nice, and the formula is definitely better than the other nudes that I've tried so far. This one is really not very streaky. Dallas is literally one of my least favorite shades in the entire range because it is that very like warm orange tone. I personally don't like it, but it is one of the only oranges that I have tried in the NYX range. They just don't really have any oranges at all. It has a nice formula, I just don't like the color. Blues is a cool toned taupe. I don't think that this color looks bad necessarily on my skin. I just do not wear it. I think it makes me look a little bit dead, but let me know what you guys think. So this is Toulouse. Los Angeles is a darker cool toned brown color. This is a little bit leaning towards taupe, but I would still consider this one brown. It is not my cup of tea, but the formula is really lovely. It's not streaky and it's easy to apply. Dubai is a darker cool toned brown. I can appreciate this color, but I just do not think that it is for me. It did take a little bit to build up as well, so I needed to do 2 to 3 good coats. But it does have a nice like thin formula, doesn't feel chunky on the lips, but you will need to use a fair amount of it to get this pigmentation. Berlin is another cool toned brown shade. Again, we're just getting darker and darker in the same tone of the family. I do not love this, but if you are looking for a nice dark brown lipstick, this is a really pretty choice. I did have to layer this one up, but even though I did layer it up with maybe 2 to 3 coats, it doesn't feel thick or anything on my lips. Lisbon is a really dark, cool toned taupe color, which I think looks absolutely shocking on my skin. I feel like I am going to a Halloween party or just look dead. Like, look how weirdly dead I look. Taupes just look bad on me personally, I think, but it is a really cool color. I did have to put foundation underneath my lips to get it this taupey, and I did have to use 3 layers of it to get it this pigmented. So this is one that you have to work with a little bit, but it is a pretty color nonetheless. It just doesn't look good on me personally. Cyprus is a very light peachy pink shade. I am very ambivalent about this one. I don't know if I like it. I feel like it looks a little bit too light for my lips, and the formula is very streaky, so this one is difficult to work with. Tokyo is a very pale, cool toned pink, and I'm also not sure how I feel about this one. I feel like it makes my teeth look really yellow and it makes my skin look really yellow. I don't know. I think I'd have to wear this a couple of times to see if I actually like it. The formula is nicer than Cyprus. It's a lot less streaky, but it does look a little bit patchy if you don't apply a really even layer. Istanbul is one of my classic favorites from the collection. It is a really nice mid-toned pink. It's not streaky and it just looks like a really nice lighter pink without being so super pale like the other ones. So this is one that I would 100% recommend and have loved for ages. I have a full size along with the mini. Antwerp is a really pretty coral shade. This is another one of my favorites and I have the full size version of it. I think it's just a really stunning color and it has a great formula. It's nice and buildable and it's not streaky. Milan is a really pretty mid-toned rose shade. This is a little bit more of a bluey pink than I would normally wear, but I think that it looks really nice. It's a nice and mid-toned color and the formula is really beautiful. Sao Paulo is another really pretty rose shade, but this one is a lot more warmer in tone and it is slightly darker than Milan. And I think that I'm saying the name really poorly and I'm sorry for that. But this one has a really beautiful formula and I would absolutely recommend it. I think the pinks are my favorite out of the collection, which is no surprise to anybody. Addis Ababa, I think, don't know if I'm saying that one right, is a really pretty hot pink. This one is a little bit more of that blue toned fuchsia pink than I would normally wear, but I still think that the color looks really nice. It's not so pigmented that it looks too vibrant for my skin. Sorry about the lighting. And I have this one in the full size, so I really do like this one as well. Seville is a really cool toned purpley pink. This is a really nice unique color. It is a little bit sheerer, so I did have to build it up. I don't know if I'm a fan of it on my skin in particular, but it is definitely a unique shade, which is really neat. Prague is a really pretty deep purpley pink. This one reminds me a lot of Milan, but just a little bit darker. The formula is really lovely and I think that the color is really nice too. Ibiza is a slightly darker coral shade. This is really similar to Antwerp, I think was the coral one, but it is just a little bit darker. This is a really beautiful color and I have the full size of this one because I love it so much. Barcelona is a really pretty warm toned red. This one is slightly more orange in tone than the other reds that I'm going to show you in a second. I think that it's really pretty and the formula is fantastic. Amsterdam is a beautiful cool toned red. This one is a little bit more on the light side. I think it's really nice. It's probably not one of my favourite reds though, even though I have it in the full size. I think it's just a little bit like, it does have a really nice formula though, so it's not streaky and it's easy to build up. Singapore is a really beautiful rosy red. I think that the colour is stunning, but the formula is terrible. And I think that I could find this colour in another brand. I had to use about 4 layers of this to get this like beautiful colour that I was like expecting from the bottle. So I would try hard to dupe this because I love the colour, but I hate the formula. Monte Carlo is a beautiful deep red. This is more like that pinky or rosy red, but in a very deep shade. I think it is really pretty. I did have to layer this up with 2 layers to get the pigmentation, but it's really not that bad. I think that if I had maybe the bigger wand, it wouldn't be quite as like sheer, just because the wand is smaller and it picks up less product. I think my sister has a full size of this one, but I think that the colour is really, really beautiful. Madrid is a super deep red. This one almost borders on to a brownie sort of colour rather than a true red. I like it, but I'm not 100% the biggest fan of it. I think that I've tried reds that were more flattering to my skin tone personally, but I think that it is a really nice unique shade. Sol is a mid-toned purple shade. This is one of the purples that makes my teeth and my skin look so yellow. I'm not a fan, but the formula is really lovely. It was easy to build up in 1 layer and it's not streaky, so it's a good purple. Miami is a deeper toned purple, though it is not the deepest in the range. This one I don't think looks good on me. I'm just not like a purple person, so there you go. Where the sun's gone, you can see the colour a little bit more clearly. It makes my teeth look so yellow and it makes my skin look so yellow, so I'm not a huge fan. But again, this is 1 layer of the colour, so the pigmentation is fantastic and it's not streaky, so it's a good purple like Sol is. Copenhagen is a super deep purpley red, and this swatched to be a lot more purple on my arm, which is why I put it in with the purple colours, but on my lips it does look a lot more on the red side. This is like super pretty. I don't know if I would wear it, but it does remind me a lot of like a Sophia Nygaard sort of colour. Like I could see her wearing this. It's maybe a little bit too dark and vampy for me personally, but I think it's a beautiful colour nonetheless, and this was with 1 coat, so the pigmentation is great and it's not streaky. Transylvania is a very dark purpley brown colour. I see a lot of brown tones in this one. Again, not my cup of tea. I feel very witchy, very like Halloweeny, and my teeth look so yellow, so purples are not my deal. It is a really interesting colour. It is incredibly streaky. The formula for this one is not my favourite. I think it's quite terrible, but the colour is really neat, I think. Then Kooser is an even deeper purple. This one is like an almost black purple. I think that if I put another layer on, it would look even deeper. This is with 1 layer, so it's actually not bad in terms of pigmentation and it's not streaky. It's much better than the other 2 that I just showed you, but again, not particularly my colour, but it is a really interesting one. Holy moly, my teeth look so yellow. Oh no. Brussels is pretty much black with a hint of purple. This is another atrocious colour on my skin, and for my teeth, oh my god, they're almost looking green. It's like my nightmares coming true. This is pretty streaky, although I was able to build it up into a pretty opaque colour. You can see that my lip line is so dodgy because it was just quite hard to get a good crisp lip line. The colour is unique, it's very cool. The formula isn't that bad, but it's also not that good. St. Petersburg is a straight up grey. It's an interesting colour, it's unique. The formula is a little bit streaky unfortunately, but it's not too bad. This was with 1 layer or 1 coat. You can still see quite a bit of pink showing through, but that could also be because I've done 36 lipstick swatches so far and my lips are starting to feel it. It's not a bad colour, I just do not like it on me. It's a solid no for me. Las Vegas is Christmas Tree Green. I totally wore this on Christmas last year because Christmas Tree Green makes my teeth look shocking. It looks shocking on my skin tone, but it is a fun colour. It is pretty streaky, so do expect to use 2 layers of this to build it up to full opacity, but it's not bad. It just, yeah, oh god, it makes the teeth look so bad, but a cool colour. Last but certainly not least is Moscow, and every time I see this I just want to sing the song. Moscow, Moscow, do, 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 do. I can't help myself. This is obviously blue. It's an interesting blue. Makes the teeth look terrible. But yes, the formulation is very streaky, so expect to do 2 to 3 layers of this one. It is even more streaky than the green, which was Las Vegas. It is an interesting color. I think it makes me look so sick and not in a good way. It's, yeah, not my thing, but if you're looking for a really pretty blue, like I think the tone of blue is gorgeous. I wish it was almost that blue, but that would look even worse. So that is Moscow, and that is the very last one that I'm doing today. So that is all 39 shades that I have, and then for quite a few of them, so Cabo, Cape Town, Kyoto, San Diego, San Francisco, Beijing, Shanghai, Montreal, and Lyon, so like another 9 of them. Those are all part of those nude collections, and a lot of them I had, so I already had Cyprus, which was so light on my skin, and Los Angeles is part of that nude collection as well, so I obviously got Los Angeles in this collection, as well as Toulouse, and I didn't like those 2 colors. So if you guys would like me to do the new nudes collection, which is all of those ones, and I'll put some of the official swatches here, just let me know and I'm happy to do them. But if you guys have had quite enough of these soft matte lip creams, then I will give them a pass also. So overall, I actually am half and half with the NYX soft matte lip creams. Some of them I absolutely love and would literally die for, so like Istanbul, Milan, those are my favorites, and I can wear them anywhere at any time. They are perfect. But then a lot of the lighter shades are so streaky, and the darker shades as well. Like the darker shades are very 50-50. Some of the shades are really streaky, they have to be built up, they're hard to use, same with the lighter shades, and then some of them are totally fine. So it's really like a mixed bag, but they are some of my favorite soft matte lip products, along with like the Peri Pera Velvets, the Face Shop ink tints, the gelato ones, as well as, I know there was another one I was thinking of, the Sim Mousse Candy tints. But I find that the NYX just has a huge shade range, which is what really draws me into them. So overall I would recommend them, but there are some of them in there that I wouldn't recommend. Like Cairo is so streaky, it's unwearable, and the others you just have to work a little bit harder with them. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it and I didn't make it too long. Let me know if you would like to see those 12 new nudes. I don't think they're that new. I think they came out this year, but let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!